First of all, it's good to know that you're alive and well and everything is fine. I mean, this is probably the craziest story that has ever happened from this show.
Stranger than fiction, for sure, and I couldn't have expected that would happen either. Yeah.
I can't believe you were missing.
Yeah, well, I was missing for a total of 12 hours, so it wasn't that climactic. I think the strangest part about it is that I remained on the missing list for 3 months after.
Really?
Well, yeah, so that's how this story actually all came out, is I was up in the mountains with no cell service, and I basically got back to cell service 12 hours after my mom flipped out and filed a missing persons report. Called my mom, told her I wasn't missing. She called the sheriff's department, let them know I wasn't missing. However, we didn't realize that with sheriff department procedures, I had to call in directly and tell them that I wasn't missing. So I stayed on the list for 3 months, and then they released a thing with my face on it saying I was missing. Then someone called in and was like, hey, this girl's on The Bachelor. So that's why this became a story.
Crazy.
So yeah, so then I got a call like, oh, you're not missing? I was like, no, I haven't been missing for a while now. So
Amazing.
yes.
Well, I'm glad you're well and everything's fine.
Thank you.
How was tonight for you?
Tonight was a whirlwind of adrenaline and emotion, to say the least. I think you can see it all play out. But it was great. I think I was able to get some closure, not so much even with Arie, but with some of the girls that I had conflict with. And it was nice to just talk through a bunch of feelings that I had been holding inside since filming, without really the chance to express them and work through them.
Do you have closure as to why you think that you and Arie didn't work out? Have you moved on from that?
Yeah, I mean, I was lucky enough to be able to talk to him the week after I got sent home and able to have just a really honest, candid chat with him for 30 or 45 minutes. And we were just able to really work through my qualms about the way we ended was that I felt like he had not given me a solid chance from the beginning since he knew I was 22, and that he really was looking for ways for our relationship not to work. And I expressed that to him, and he was like, you know what? You're right. I don't think I gave you a fair chance, and it was something that I regretted. But at that point, it was like, all right, his relationships had progressed further with other people, and that's just the way it goes sometimes, And it wasn't the first time I got dumped, and I'm sure it won't be the last. And
First time on television, though, right?
First time on television, yes. Yes. Hopefully it is the last time I get dumped on television.
If you were asked to be the Bachelorette, would you do it?
It's something I would have to consider. I actually haven't been dating since the filming of the show. It's the first time I've really taken a pause and I've gotten to reflect about, who I am and what I want. And I will say I think it would be an amazing experience. And going through it with Arie, being on The Bachelor, I realized, wow, you actually can develop feelings for someone, true feelings for someone through this environment and this experience. And so I think being able to have a whole horde of men to be able to make experiences with and to kind of select from, I don't see why one wouldn't be able to find their husband through that. So
At 22, you feel ready to get married?
I'm 23 now. I turned 23 on Saturday.
Sorry.
So now that I'm a year older and so much wiser, yes, absolutely. But yeah, no, in all seriousness, I think that if I find a man that complements me and my personality and my desires in life, well, I don't see why I wouldn't be ready to make a life commitment to them.
You feel like a very mature 23-year-old. I mean, definitely, I feel like you got it together more than I do. I'm 10 years older than you. Who do you think is the best fit for Arie?
It's difficult because I think he has something different with each one of the relationships. I think Bekah and him really hit it off from the beginning. She's such a sincere person, and I think he really felt that from the start. Kendall just provides such a quirkiness and such a different thing for him that I think he hasn't had before. And I think she challenges him, and she's not going to just tell him what he wants to hear, which I think he's attracted to. And then Lauren, she's just sweet, and I think that she represents actually a lot of the women he's been attracted to in the past, including Emily. And so it'll be interesting to see if he ends up going along with that dating pattern that he's had in the past, or maybe if he branches out into something new. So I don't know.
That was a very political answer. Lastly, Caroline kind of made a pretty strong point tonight about what happens and what goes down. I know that everybody kind of knows how this all ends, but how shocking and crazy is it?
Yeah, the ending is pretty shocking. I think I was even more shocked that Caroline would bring that up. And
that's all you got to say about that. I saw all of your faces, and it was pretty. You didn't think it was going to come out?
Right. Well, some people want less to get closure or get answers and more want to get attention for themselves. So that's what I'll say about that.
This is a very smart 23-year-old. Nice to meet you, darling.
Nice to meet
Thank
you
you.
too.
Want more extra? Hit the subscribe button and the bell and never miss a video.